Hello there, everyone. This is Soul17 here. Telling you first, like usual, the two pictures that are on the thumbnail, and this is not a video. Alright, okay. So, I did watch my video, and I saw all your guys' wonderful comments. And one of them said the reincarnation of Mothra, Mothra's reincarnation. So, I was like, okay, so let me do this. I retworked it, my idea for the ship. Mothra's soul got split into three because she was, the one to first go and be reincarnated. But the thing is, the Sage of Six Paths could not, at the time, did not have the seal. So by the time the next monster came, which was like, and for the Naruto universe, it was like, not like 100 years, but 50 years later. He had the seal, but Mothra still attained her abilities in the first body to, well, not 50 years, more like 10, and then like every 10 years or so. So one character was going to be 29, but I aged her down to, because when she got attacked, she got killed, but then all of a sudden, like Phoenix, she was reborn. But at a young age, at basically the age of 10 again. So right around Naruto's 10, she's 10. So yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is, but someone did say something, and well, I'm liking the whole idea about the cloud. Well, the Raikage's village have an alliance with the Leaf Village because of this. So yes. Also, that means technically 3 reincarnations of Mothra are gonna be around, and I am taking some ideas for the from your comments because I did like them. So yes, so that's what I want to let you guys know. Along with this version of Godzilla, I did not really think of any. I just thought of Godzilla. It didn't really matter to me which one. But since someone asked for a variation of it, I'm going with technically the one that's the most strongest that I think that I know of, and I have not seen any of the other Godzilla movies, not besides the newer one. Well, besides a new one that came out, which had like before this movie of Godzilla vs. Kong, there was another movie, but then the movie before that, I only saw that movie. I haven't seen the other one before the Godzilla vs. Kong that's coming out on the 25th this month. I have not seen that. I have not seen that movie though, either because it hasn't come out yet. So yeah, I don't know. So the only one I have watched was the old ones. A version of Godzilla I do not want to talk about because it was so. That was a horrible movie, a horrible version of Godzilla. New York City, yeah. So I've then seen Godzilla the animated one, and even though everyone hated them, I heard a lot of comments saying no one liked it. That Godzilla technically was very big and very powerful. So I'm kind of though only taking that size and the power, but none of the radiation that it took on and multiple, different things. But with other Godzilla's, abilities, he still that Godzilla's power still has, still there. But I gave him the burn form. He can make his own shield. He can basically make an EMP wave. He can also make a. Okay, all right. I need to try to remember the last name. Okay, his atomic blast, he can charge it up to become even stronger and more powerful to destroy a meteor. And it's because of Kong, it is basically kind of like the Kong versus Godzilla, but a lot more different. I'm doing it where, because they're around, it's the Godzilla Earth size, strength different wise, abilities more, to them being different. It was like, like he fought Khan already. They, became some friends and allies. Mothra, just, you know. So, yeah, if you guys don't like it, that's why I did not want to make a Pacific version. I'm just letting you know. Like, since someone asked me, I'm just saying. I have not seen any other Godzilla movies, and I am just, I wish I could, did not know where to find any. So I'm just going with what I know and what I seem to be most powerful. So yes, I'm going with the stronger version, but I kind of like take away some things of that animation of it to add some other stuff. So the nuclear energy that it took in to change the environment around him and everything else, that is not there. But he is, to get a strong, more powerful blast, atomic blast, along with a very quick healing factor because of Rodin. Oh my god! Please, someone do not leave that in the comments. But yeah, so that is what he gets, and we'll add on more things what I think will be good. So yes, okay. So let's just get into this. Sorry for my explanation, but yeah. Oh crap! I will leave it in the description when I stopped. So yes. Anyways, let's get into it. This is What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Godzilla, Part 2. So, as Naruto walks in to the academy with his sister, she's saying, I wonder who's going to be on our team. As Naruto says, well, technically there was a lot of people that passed. I mean, there was a lot more than any other academy year. Look, as there are about 40 people in the room, plus them, so 42. I mean, she goes, wow, how many teams do you think we're going to have? Like, not 40. Let's say around 25. Yeah, 25, because this is like a room where all the kids who pass to become Genins will be, and then the ones who just did not pass will have to take just an extra class just to become a Genin. So yeah. So he says, there'll probably be one team with 6 to 5 Genins plus 2 Jonins, or just 5 Genins, 2 Jonins will be a 7-man team. I'm hoping it's Mike Guy that we're paired up with. And she goes, as Nakura goes, why? He goes, 1, he's an old friend of mine and plus ally, and 2, I want to see how strong he's gotten. It's gonna be more fun just to see him. And she goes, really? I want to find him so badly. I was like, yes. I want to see if he has a seal on him. If he doesn't, then, oh, I hope he has that axe of his, because he's gonna need it, because I'm gonna go stage 2. She goes, really? You're gonna go that stage? And he was like, yes. Yes, I am, sister, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. And so, Nakura and, Naruto takes their seats. Nakura's friend came over and said, Nakura, well, why have you always been sitting next to this loser? She goes, girls, we already talked about this. He's not a loser. As Ina goes, yeah, he's way more better than Sasuke at least. And Sasuke goes, hey, what is that supposed to mean? Stop acting like a freaking emo jerk. And Ino says, yes, I know. But at least though you were, he actually been himself from the beginning, and it took you a while just to be yourself. As he goes, fair point. Continue on. And I think the girls just go like, so, Sasuke's better. As then, Sasuke just laughs at them, saying, no, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not. He's stronger than me. He's been holding back in strength. And they're like, what do you mean? As Naruto says, you know how people can use chakra to increase their strength? These girls go, yes, I use chakra to decrease my strength. They go, wait, what? He goes, yeah. Basically he makes the chakras visible. They go like, what the? He goes, this is my chakra. Like everyone else's is blue. Now, look what happens when I just take off the chakra off my hand. And then watch this. And then he basically taps his finger on the table because he has 20% of his strength. It just bursts and shatters into millions of pieces with their shot. And he goes, as then the chakra flows back onto his hand. And he goes, now watch this. As then he touches the floor as nothing happens. Not even a crack. He goes, see? Simple. Now, get out of here. Annoying little pest that you are. All of you. As they run away, back to their seats, as most of the people are going like, man, that was kind of harsh. Sasuke just says, they were annoying fangirls and they're still annoying now. And Sakura just holding Sasuke's hand, just saying, yes, but you're mine now. As he goes, yeah, I know. And it's so. Ruka comes in and he goes, hello there, everyone. Naruto, what happened to you? He goes, Chakra took off my hand and touched it and tapped it basically and boom, explode. He goes, yes, your father did tell me about that. Alright, then let's carry on. And so, Iruka says, alright, I'm gonna, assign you your teams. So, here's the thing. We're gonna have 2 Jonins on one 3-man team. And then we're gonna have a 5-man team with 2 Jonins. Alright? Okay. So, here's the thing. Those teams are not gonna be any different from you guys, but they're just have extra. That means a little more manpower. So don't be ashamed of it or be upset. Okay? So let's just get on with this. So he says all the teams, and for Team 7 with Kakashi, Jonin, teacher, along with Itachi Uchiha, teacher, Menma, Sasuke, and Sakura. Menma's like, why do I have the useless girl? As in Naruto goes, why do you have to act like such an annoying little brat? Sakura's better than you, at least. And Sakura goes, wow, that was the nicest thing you ever said to me, Naruto. I mean, one of the times, besides that other time, he was like, yeah, well, don't ever wear it out. I mean, we're technically friends. I mean, I don't really mind hanging out with you, at least. As long as it's just not about with, Sasuke's better and all that. That's when I just go off the rails. She goes, sorry about that then. He goes, that's no problem. You guys are dating now, so it's fine. Just don't overdo it when we hang out. She goes, noted. And then he goes, what do you mean? And he goes, well, I've been helping Sakura trained at least a couple of times, along with Sasuke. So, I mean, me and Nakara can outdo you easily. Plus, I mean, as he just snaps his fingers and then all of a sudden, bright light appears off of his body as in poof, bow and arrow comes out. And he goes, I mean, I got this. What do you got? And then he just froze up in the air, snaps his fingers again, and boom. It's because of his special seal. He doesn't have to pump in chakra with these. There's those little marks that are on the sword and bow. They activate like that, so he can just snap his fingers anywhere around the world. They'll appear. So now he's keeping them onto his body. So yeah, Menma is just annoyed, and Sasuke's thinking, yeah, I mean, Sakura learned how to use water jutsus and earth jutsus, almost medical ninjutsu because of Naruto. And that's kind of very impressive that he started teaching her at the age of 9, in just a matter of 4 to 5 years now. She can nearly do ninjutsu on the level, well, not on the level of Tsunade, but almost close to when Tsunade was a beginner. I mean, he wasn't good with medical ninjutsu, but the water jutsus and nerve jutsus are good. And my taijutsu got better because of him. But anyways, so then he says, alright, so the 5-man team. Naruto Uzumaki, Nakara Uzumaki, Rock Lee, Tenten, and Neji Hyuga. Oh, so just to let you guys know, we did not know who Lee's parents are, so I'm gonna say Lee's parents died during the attack, and Guy took him in. So, yes, Guy is adopted father, which is Kon. So yeah, Kon father. And basically that's why I'm saying they act like each other. So, if you guys know where this is gonna go, at least someone does. Yeah, it's going down. As then, basically the teachers, I mean, the senseis do appear one by one, taking the students. So when guy comes in, it's also Kushina, and he says, also Kushina Uzumaki is your teacher, or your sensei too. And she goes, oh, Nakura, Naruto, Nakura and Naruto, your kunais came in, and she basically says, do you mind if I? As he goes, not at all, Lady Kushina. As Kushina goes up and gives Nakura her daggers along with Naruto. And basically he goes, so there's special coding too? She goes, mm-hmm. As in next Naruto starts this nuclear blue flame style. As in they get covered in blue flames. He goes, cool. Looks like this will work. I've been meaning to test that out. As he just puts the kunais on the side of his hand. There he has a little hook for his kunais, a little strap that he can just put them on, so that's where he puts them. Is Ben must go what the? How? As Nakura just says, thanks, Mom. And she goes, Naruto, he goes, sorry, thanks, Mom. And, she says, good. And then they go back, and our guy says, alright, since we are giving gifts, Lee, come up front so I can present you my gift to you. As Lee comes up, he goes, are you giving me? Yes, the special axe that I had when I was around, less than your age, and I used to become, besides my taijutsu skills, a fierce warrior of the leaf. The beast. And so, he does some hand signs and summons the axe that Khan has in the movie. The, Godzilla's fin spike, one of his fin spikes, he says, I don't know the name of it. Let me just double check if someone said it, what it was. Yeah, he just said fin axe. So he says this is the fin axe. This was taken from a mighty, warrior that I knew. Well, actually, a monster. Their name was, something of old. My parents fought them, and this was passed down. My parents' fought them, and this was passed down through the generations. And now I pass it down to you. But the beast that I used it on to fight, at the time you already know my story, my son. As he goes, yes, father, I know it. The name of that beast that I fought against with this same axe, felt lost to, became my friend and rival. His name was, as Naruto says, Godzilla. As whoever's in the room heard this, and Naruto just smiling. As, my guy says, exactly, Naruto Uzumaki, you are right. I wanted to do it like that so because I get the mode of my guy, sorry. I'm not trying to do voice acting, I feel a little bit more comfortable in trying to be my guy if I do some voice like that. Oh man, I'm not trying to disrespect my guy. I actually like him as a character, but sometimes I cannot take him because he's just way too much. But if I do some voice like that, I can take, doing it. Doing what he does. Say what he says or whatever. So yeah, so Kushina's like, okay. She's thinking to herself, okay, don't say nothing. And so, Lee looks at Naruto and goes, say, how do you know this story? As he just says, oh, I'll tell you when we're all doing our little introductions. As Nakura's just laughing at this. But also then he says, oh, yes, I forgot to mention. There is a new person that moved here that is going to be on your team. Their name is Fu. And also, it's actually two. Fu and Tamari. In which guys are like, oh, yes, I met them already. They're meeting us at, our meeting spot to, introduction. So, let's go, everyone. And, Lee says, Father, what about, he goes, oh, yes, just put it on your back, with that, because it has a strap for you. Remember? He was like, oh, yes. So, that's what Lee does. Lee's a little bit more different, since, but he's still the, the same Lee with the passion of youth with him. I'm just making it a little more timid because of he's around people, and he only does this during training or sparring, along with just doing it in general. But Guy, they say that act, act respectful around people, because some people I learned did take that as a little bit too much excitement. He goes, yes, he just says, right, guy sensei, but instead he says, I mean, right, father, and so yeah. So, anyways, when they all meet up, they see, Fu and Tamari. As Naruto goes, huh, Tamari and Fu, right? They go, mm-hmm. As in, all of a sudden, Naruto takes a whiff, and he goes, wait a minute. And he smiles like, you guys are not. I mean, you guys are Tamari and Fu, but you're something else. As Nakura goes, feels this impulse, like this little pulse in her, and she goes, what the? He goes, I can smell a tail beast within one of you. Another one, I just smell familiar smell. As Neji and Tenten don't understand, but Ali does, as in basically Might, or Might Guy, or Colin says, right you are, Naruto. That is, Mothra, right? Hey, Mothra. Well, two of them are. As he goes, yeah. So, how the heck did your souls get split into two? As both of these girls chuckle, as they go like, well, Colin and Godzilla, Tamari says. It's been a while since I've seen the both of you. As, then Pooh says, yep, funny enough, you're right. Naruto? He goes, yeah, just call me Godzilla. Old time's sake, right? She goes, yeah. So, how have you been? He goes, oh, got reincarnated so many years ago. Fire a blast at the nine-tailed fox to save my parents' life. And turns out my mother had at least a little bit of the chakra left inside of her to stay alive with the nine tails. As Lee understands this, so does, but not Ten nor, Neji. And he just goes, I'll explain that later to you two. Lee, I think you already know because, your father told you about the whole entire incident. Which, my guy says exactly. So, Mothra, how have you been? As she goes, as basically, Tamari and Fu says, quite alright. You? Perfectly fine. Became a warrior for the leaf. And, improved on my, fine abilities without my ex, and adapted to my human body very easily. As then, they both ask along with it. Naruto says, wait, what about, Naruto says, what about the seal on you? He goes, what seal? My power and my strength was able to come into my body pretty much easily. This age of 6 paths did not need to put a seal on me because the body I was going to go be reincarnated into could handle my strength right off the bat. And I've worked on my, strength ever since then. As Kushina goes, so wait, why is it that my son has the seal on him? And his seal is right on the side of on his left side, right, where Bond's seal was. I mean, not seal, Bond's tattoo was, like the fox tattoo. But that's where his seal is. As he goes, oh, because of my power. Nuclear blue flames I did on the kunais. On the kunai, basically. That's nuclear energy that I have within me, but now I make my own, so I don't ever have to absorb it. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Oh, alright. And Tenten and Neji are going like, what's happening? And then he goes, hey, Mothra, sorry for not saving you. This is Naruto saying that, and she goes, it's all, both these girls are saying, it's alright, we understand. You were asleep, and then when you were coming up in the sea, it did, that's when King Ghidorah? Yeah, I cannot say the name right, so pardon me. I did look at it right. So King Ghidorah did, wipe my main body, and then my, the eggs, destroyed the eggs. So, yeah, couldn't be helped. But I was just reincarnated into this world. We still have, I know where the other, soul of me is. It's just, we're not, it's in another village where it's like rocks and clouds and that right Kage? As, Kushina and Guy say, oh, yes, that's a good village to live in. guy says, and Kushina goes, yeah, they're once our enemies, but if they try to make contact with us about their, well, their girl with the Mothra, or girl guy, as they say girl, for some reason, our bodies were reincarnated to all females. And plus, when we die, we get reincarnated into 10 years old. So, well, flames will appear, and then we get, our bodies will turn back into 10, and then we'll basically redo our life again. So yeah, and then tomorrow, that's what Fu says. And then she says, but me, I also have a tail beast inside of me. So my parents wanted me to live here, and my villagers kicked us out. The villagers kicked us out anyway because I was too dangerous, and it was hard to kill me. So as then Ten goes, wait, what the heck is going on? As then Naruto goes, all right, let me explain. But let me give you the quick rundown version of it. And so Naruto explained everything in about 10 minutes. As in Neji goes like, that is a lot to take in. Okay. Got it. So you're a creature that's a big giant lizard that can shoot a blast of nuclear energy, whatever that is, out of your mouth. That's called a atomic blast, and you can swim, you can make fields of energy, you could do an EMP blast, whichever that is. You said electricity, so okay. You can do a hyper atomic blast, which will destroy a meteor in a matter of seconds. You don't even need you can do a quick recharge of it. I mean, you can just do something real quick and then it'll be all ready to go. And you can even shoot basically a slash of energy out of your tail. But wait, where's your tail? He goes, I think I have to get a second mode, because even my second form, I do not have it. Well, my stage 2 of my power, that is when I'm nearly at 100%. I'm at least a 90. So the other 10%, I have to do something. I'll figure that out later. I'm just trying to work on getting my power back, so yeah, 20%. And then Tenten goes, so, and the nine-tailed fox, as Kushina says, was not defeated. It was sealed inside my daughter and son, Memma and Nakara. As Naruto goes, yep, and Naruto's been training me, along with the Nine-Tails, and we basically became friends, me and the Nine-Tails, which his name is Kurama. He's not called the Nine-Tails. I was like, okay, does he talk? He goes, yes, she says, and then basically Neji says, and you are a big giant gorilla, whatever that is, who basically fought different creatures on an island. Then you had an axe that was called a thin axe, which my guy says yes. And basically, I was fighting these creatures for many, many years to fail to survive. And then I met Godzilla, and we fought. And at the end of it, we worked together to defeat some mighty beasts made of metal. And so we basically just became friends after that. We spar, or should we say, we did some fights that caused some problems, but it was nothing too big or serious. As they okay. I think our heads are gonna explode. As the Naruto goes, yeah, well, whatever. That's all in the past now anyways. And they even get to Tamari and being Mothra along with Phil. And basically they do ask though. Well, they do say a quick thing. How the heck is your freaking soul split into 3 different people? Ten says. Alright, sorry about that. I had to drink something. As just before Ten or Fu could say anything, the Sage of 6 Paths appears. And then he goes, I think I can explain that to you. To the both of you. And to Godzilla. And, Naruto and Nakara. And everyone actually here. As then Godzilla says, old man, what's up? And so does Colin and Guy, Fu, and Tamari. They say, "Hello there, Sage. It's been a long time, hasn't it?" He nods his head. So he says, "The monsters that were trying to be reincarnated into this world, their powers are too great. But Colin had only physical strength, no powers. But still, I was surprised that his body, which he was going to be being reincarnated into, could have handled this power, his strength. And so I did not have to put a seal on him, but King Ghidorah is back along with some other of your fellow monsters. That's probably only like 5 more that are around. But Mothra was the first to go, and I did not have any seal or anything to do, basically. I mean by anything to work with. So the only thing I could have done was split her soul into 3 different pieces, have their own consciousness, and send them out throughout time. And so, this is what happened. As he does apologize to her, and she goes, "It's fine. So what are you here for?" And he goes, "Oh, well, since, almost all of you are together, I'm here to give Godzilla and Kong some special gift I worked with for a while. It allows them to go back into their original forms." Naruto goes, "How?" And so he asks them to both come forward, as then he puts his hand on both their heads, infuse some knowledge into the chakra, and basically, boom, they have the ability now to turn into their, real forms. They just have to bite down their hand, both of them, just to have it's like, someone said like a Titan shift to happen, so it's gonna be like that for all monsters. So yes. As he goes, "Cool, so now I go back to my original form. Oh, that means I don't have to walk everywhere. I can just transform and boom, boom, boom. Take everything like real easy steps." Wait, does that mean I'm back to being a young miniature Godzilla? As this age too fast says, no. You are about to be, you are still the same size you were when I saw you. So that means you'll be able to walk in a matter of 5 minutes to somewhere. And he goes, "Yes. Wait, that means I can cross the sea without ever using a boat." Yes. I need to go back into the water. I miss it. The ocean. I miss swimming. As Colin just says, "Wow. I never thought the king of monsters would miss something. You always have to be cold and mean." And then he goes, "Not to my friends." He goes, guy gives him the look like, "Really now?" He goes, "Okay, that was one time and you made me angry at you." He goes, "What was it for again?" He goes, "You basically call me, wow, it's been so long. I forgot." As Guy says, "Exactly. It was so unimportant, you couldn't remember." And so, people started to laugh at that. Even his own mother and sister. And it was saying like, "Hey, it's not that funny. I've been living for a very long time. I am allowed to forget." And yeah, so, after, then, Sage says passing, "I will have to go now. Farewell." He disappears, and, he goes, "Alright, everyone, introduce yourself." And so, Neji and Tenten say exactly the same thing they do in canon. So does Lee, but he says, "I want to surpass my father, become even stronger than him." And then he says, "Even though his strength is unrivaled by anyone, I still want to try." And then they go to Nakra. She says, "My likes are basically my brother, my parents, the village, even though they're jerks to my brother, my friends, and, and shopping, and ramen. My dislikes, Sasuke. When I first met him, I truly just acted like, oh, I liked him because my friends, I had a little crush on someone else. As she look at, she basically takes a quick glance to Neji as Naruto notices this, as then he goes, "Wait, no, no, don't tell me she's in love with the Hyuga." I'll have to ask her later. As then, basically, she says, "Oh, and my other brother Menma, I hate him. And my dream, well, is to find somebody to share every moment with, and my goal is to become as strong as my mother," she says. Which Kushina smiles at this. Then they get to Naruto. His likes are ramen, training, calm, his friend, well, mostly his friends. His dislikes, his brother, a lot of the villagers, and his goal is to become a Hokage. And well, his dream is to become a Hokage, and his goal, well, is to save this world. As basically, Guy says, "I think I know why. I shall not say it, but I think I know why." As because of the sage did say to them before they were reincarnated, the prophecy child will be born, and please, help him out. But he will be a member. Well, he will be the one that is still alive. Hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, so they knew Godzilla was the only one who was still alive out of all the monsters. So King Ghidorah was like, "Oh, come on! Why him?" Uh, Hold on. Sorry about that, everyone. And so yeah, so all the monsters knows who was gonna be the prophecy child. The reincarnation of. So yes. And so, he says, "All right then, everyone, we are gonna be starting our training today. To see if you, can get these bells. We have 2 sets of bells each. You can come at either one of us. All you have to do is just get it." As Nakra and Naruto just says, to himself, "Easy." Naruto does notice that there's gonna be teamwork, so this is a secret team of, well, 7, 8, 9. Wow, first ever team like this. But he does, I say, Guy and Mom, why is it that we have, a 9-man team? As basically Kushina says, because I was once a Jinchuriki, and also because you're here. He was, "What? Seriously?" He was, "Yes, actually. Your father thought it would be best, since two of the Kages did ask, since we had one Jinchuriki, but the power was not of a Jinchuriki, a lot of it, so they literally said they were monsters, and they technically heard rumors about our son having, was not Jinchuriki, but having weird powers." "You and Nakura were seen outside the village, FYI," she says. As they go "Oh, so they saw my atomic blast." "Sorry." And she goes, "No, that's quite alright. So, the Sand Village Kage asked us to have their daughter here to learn her powers, along with one of the other Kage's, Fu's village, since he kicked her out, so that way the villagers would not do anything. And their village leader helped them to leave, so that way her family could live here, along with helping you out, having you help her out with her powers." He was, "Alright, we all know how to use our powers, abilities and such. Her powers was just weakened because of, her soul split in 3 different pieces with her own consciousness." So, anyways, let's get on to this bell test. So they go to their training ground, and everyone splits up. Kushina and Guy just say, "I wonder if they'll figure it out." And then Naruto does, have Nakra, like, they split off and they go to, like, Nakra goes to Ten and Lee, while Naruto goes over to, well, no, Ten, Lee, and Fu, while Naruto goes over to Tamari and Neji. Nakra and Naruto did have, like, some earbud, like, communicators on them. So basically, they explain the plan to Neji and Lee what they think about, and then as Nakra and Naruto, well, Nakra tells them their plan as Naruto tells their plan to Naruto tells his plan to Nakra, as they both figure out it's exactly the same plan. So they just go like, okay, we can use this. We gotta coordinate attacks together and such. As Naruto says, I can use multi-shadow jutsu. Nakra says I can use the flying Raijin. Lee says he can use his Leaf Hurricane. Then Tenmar says, she can use her wind, while basically Ten can use her, her basically weapons, her kunais and shurikens, and whatever weapon she has. And, Fu says she can use her earth and water style, along with, Neji says he uses his Byakugan to try to see the chakra flow and what they're gonna do next. That's what they do. And with this plan, it's basically Naruto goes in with about 25 clones, shadow clones, as then as then Guy says, "Oh my, that's amazing. Those are the multi-shadow clone jutsu." As basically, Kushina goes, "Yep, he is up using that jutsu to get even stronger." By the time it is about next week, he had his clones working about for 3 weeks so far, and strength, chakra control, and reading, along with taijutsu and other jutsus, and that's about 350. As my guy's like, what? That is simply amazing. The spirit of youth is, flowing through him. As just Kushina goes, yeah, sure. Were you always like this when you were a big giant gorilla? He goes, no, only when I came into this world. And I actually like it. And she goes, whatever. And so, Kushina and Guy fight. Next, Nakara comes in using the flying Raijin real quick and just start doing the taijutsu. Tamari comes in with, her wind style, along with basically Ten, using her kunais and shurikens, along with explosion attacks, working together. Fu comes in with her earth style, hitting Guy once, and then his own water styles. Lee says, "Leaf Hurricane!" Basically, spins around with a passion. While he said it with passion. Sorry, I'm not, waking up my mom. So yeah. So then basically what happens next is, Neji comes in and he basically was able to, predict where Kushina was going as he does 64 palms on her. As in Naruto grabs both bells on my guy, as Naruto grabs both bells on Kushina, as then basically they split both of the bells in half, giving them each person. As, they won. As my guy and Kushina says, "Good job." My guy says, "Excellent work, team. You did very well to work together. You coordinated your attacks very good." And we were basically surprised at this. As Kushina goes, "Yep. Who knew you guys would figure this out so quickly about teamwork?" As then Nakara and Naruto does pull up the headset, talk to each other. As he goes, "We always carry these on. You never know when you're gonna need some help." As then Guy says, "That was a smart idea on the both of you." As Kushina goes, "I should have asked you if you had those on you. I should have remembered. I'm your mother. I always see you with those on, but you... how were you able to do that?" As Naruto goes, "Well, the art of deception is a ninja's greatest tool, and should only be the first tool you ever have." So, as she goes, "I hate that you're right." Well, good job anyways. So, our mission starts tomorrow. So, Guy, you ready for this? He goes, "I'm always ready for a challenge." Well, if it was me at least. For everyone else besides him and your daughter, it may not be. For Mothra, I mean, Tamari and Fu, they can easily get aerial advantage if they use their wings. And, he does ask, wait, could you use your wings? They go like, yes and no, it depends. We have to use chakra to summon them. As, basically he looks like Naruto, he goes like, yeah, I have to put a little bit of my chakra into the seal to go into stage 1 and stage 2. We don't need chakra, me and you don't need chakra to be used to, well, as makes the motion with his hand and pretends he's biting it. He was like, yes, I figured that much. Wait, we know that much. So, anyways, so he was dismissed as everyone just leaves. And so, while at the table, Mima saying like, oh, we didn't even get to do our test today. We have to take it tomorrow on Naruto and Naruto, Nakura, and Krishna says we had our test today and they passed. Well, we passed. As Krishna says, they passed. He goes, I bet they only passed because of the other team. As Krishna goes, nope, it was because of those two. As she points to Nakura and Naruto, they incorporated the team with each other. They used the plan, and then they were together perfectly, and they won. As he scowls at them both. As Nakura saying like, ugh, I hate him so much. It was, oh yeah, I gotta talk to you, Nakura, about something after dinner. She goes, alright. So, after dinner, when they were outside, he goes, do you like Neji Hyuga? She goes, what? What do you mean? He goes, do you like Neji Hyuga? Just a simple yes or no. She goes, no, I don't. Her face is blushing a little bit red. And he goes, alright, I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna be a overprotective brother. But she goes, you always are if a guy hits on me. He goes, because they're jerks. And she goes, Neji's not like that. And he goes, really? She goes, yes. He goes, alright, whatever you say. As he leaves, as Naruto goes, I think I spelled doom for Neji. So Naruto body flickers away. She goes, yep, I did. And so, he's going over to the Hyuga compound. But then he sees Lee and Tenten holding hands, talking. She's smiling and, having, laughing at Lee being silly and just making a joke. And then he basically drops by and goes like, wait, you two are dating? And she goes, basically Lee and Tenten go like, oh, Naruto, hey! He goes, can you answer my question? They say yes. He goes, since when? It was during the academy, Tamari, Tenten says. I meant Tenten, not, Tamari. Sorry if I said Tamari. But, she just goes, it was because of these guys were hitting on me that he came in and basically fought them off and, took me away. That after that, we started talking, and then a few months later, I asked him out, and he said yes. And ever since then, we've been talking, we've been boyfriend and girlfriend. He goes, oh, I thought you liked Neji. She goes, I did, but I like Lee now. And everyone else. And he goes, alright. So, he basically body flickers away. He gets to the Hyuga compound. Neji sensed Naruto coming, so he was already out there at the gate. He goes, what do you want, Naruto? He goes, do you like my sister? He goes, what? Me? Like your sister? No, I mean, Hyuga, I'm not supposed to like your sister at all. As his face is blushing, he's looking away. He goes like, you're not a main branch. You're a sub-branch. He goes, yes, so? It was easy. You can like anyone who you want that's outside of the Hyuga clan. As he goes, yes, okay, fine. I like your sister. Alright? I had a crush on her since we were like 8. Please don't tell her. And he goes, she likes you too. But if you ever ask her out and you hurt her heart, I will come to this, to your home I will fight everyone in this compound of yours just to get to you. And when I do get to you, I will beat you to a bloody pulp and make sure you cannot move or even use your hands again. You got that, Hyuga?" As Naruto's hair is glowing a little bit blue, he goes, "Yes, I got it." He goes, "Good." As his hair gets back to normal, he goes like, "I know we aren't friends, and I'm mostly cold to people that aren't friends of mine. It's because we're teammates. I'm supposed to trust in you guys, so I am. So is my sister. Did you know she had..." He nods his head. He goes, "I know for a while now, but I never stopped liking her." He smiles at this, he goes, and then he bows to Neji saying, "Thank you. That is very much appreciated." He goes, "No, you don't have to bow to me." Anyways, Naruto, it's kind of late. We gotta see each other tomorrow, alright? And he goes, "Right." So, he bioflickers back home. And not gonna ask if he did anything. He just go, "No, nothing much, just the normal." Threatened him, and then we had a little more of a conversation. And yeah. And so after that, 2 months of, catching, doing D-rank missions. Hold on. Alright, so after that happens, Naruto sees his father with the third Hokage, giving out missions, and Itachi and Kakashi ask for more help. So Naruto and them are going to be going to the Land of Waves to help out Kakashi and Itachi and his team. It's only protocol, so yeah. So he goes, "Naruto, Guy and Kushina, we need you to go help, Team Kakashi." Hold on. As, Guy says, "Yes, Lord Hokage. Yes, Lord Fourth. We'll go right away." As he says, "Right." So basically, he gives the location of where they were at and which direction they were going. And Guy says, "Alright, everyone, pack your bags. Pack only the essentials and let's go." Everyone goes home, get whatever they need, and come out back. As then they say, "Alright, team, here we go on our very first A-rank mission." As they go, "Right." And so, they all leave. Kushina is very surprised that, Kushina is not surprised about how A-rank mission does cost a lot. But knowing Minato, he basically went to the price of a C-rank mission for them, since the situation that, the report says about Tazuna was he's the bridge builder, and, Gato did hire men to try and kill him, so she's thinking this Gato guy is not very good and has a lot of money to have the right people to get rid of people. And so, Guy agrees. And after that, after a little bit of running, they get to where Kakashi and Itachi are fighting Zabuza. And this timeline, Zabuza is a little bit more stronger to take on Itachi and Kakashi. So, and this is Itachi not using the Sharingan because he does have that sickness, so he's gonna try to, not use his Sharingan much. So he's not been focused on using it. He's been focusing on his physical strength and speed. And so, Zabuza has 2 clones. Oh, he basically made if there's 2 of him, the clones find off Itachi, while the real ones find off Kakashi. He does trap Kakashi in the water prison, and this is when Itachi's about to get killed by the water clone, and this is when Naruto fires off an atomic blast, which kills the water clone instantly. As they basically see Naruto. Menma's like, "What the?" As he says, "What was that?" He goes, "Nuclear style, nuclear flame beam." I'm in my room. right now. My fan on. It's hot in here. But yeah, anyways. And that's what he gave him as a, there's a lie. He does not use no chakra. It's just energy within him. And so this is always like, what the? As Nakara comes from above, saying like, Rasengan! As Zabuza just like dodges it, get Kakashi out of the way, as then Lee comes in with a leaf hurricane, hitting Zabuza and a little bit flying. As Haku like knows there's like more than one, so she throws Zenbon just to get him out of danger. But Naruto knows this. So when the Mist Ninja comes in, Naruto just says, "Hold it. You're lying. You don't smell like an enemy. You smell like him." As as he goes like thinking, "Oh my, how does he know?" And so Naruto goes up and he goes, "We were not ordered to kill him. We were ordered to stop him. That is all. So, if you don't want to die, I suggest you take out the Zenbone, so that way we can have a little talk." Understood. As Haku nods very slowly. So when he does, Zabuza, after a few minutes, wakes up. He goes, "What happened? Where are we? Haku." Oh. As Naruto looks at Zabuza, he goes, "Zabuza, Demon the Mist. You're very strong. I can tell. But compared to me, you're nothing but insect. But still, I commend your strength. And I'd like to give you a proposition." As he goes, "What?" "You don't kill the bridge builder. You help us protect him. And you come work for the Leaf. If you don't want to, there is always," as he pours some chakra into a seal, as a sword pops out and it's already on flames, and as he goes, pointing the sword at Zabuza's like throat, he goes, "Or I could just cut you both down right here and now and end your pathetic lives." As Zabuza can feel he's not joking, so he goes, I'll take the first option, please." He goes, "Good." So he puts the sword away. He goes, "Alright, then come on, let's get going." And so they go to the bridge builder's house, and they meet his family, they meet the grandson. As he's saying you're just all gonna die. Naruto just laughs at this and says, "I won't die to some weaklings." As he goes, "What do you mean they're not weak? God's not weak." As Guy says, "Oh, he is definitely weak compared to us." So does Tamari and Fu. They say they are weak because he relies on men. He does not rely on his own strength. His own strength is money only. That is a weakness that can be exploited. As Naruto agrees. He says, if you take away the money, you take away the power. Without that, he's nothing. As everyone's kind of shocked by this, as Colin does understand where they're coming from. He thinks the cold-hearted king of monsters is always the same, tactical, thinks for acting. Sometimes. And so after that, they do their training. Naruto, does the water walking and tree walking very easily along with Nakara. Mema's having a hard time. Sasuke asks Naruto for some advice, along with Sakura, asking Nakara, because she even though Naruto did help her train, she doesn't like to go for him for much. In this one, Sakura does have chakra control, but she's asking Nakara, how does she make more? How does she get more chakra control? She says, meditate. Use your try to make a shadow clone jutsu, a multi-shadow clone. It takes a lot of chakra, but I think I can help you with that. She goes, yeah. And so, Nakara and Sakura do you know, she tells Sakura to do the tree walking. She gets it down the first time, and then they start to well, she starts to teach her the shot clone jutsu. Hold on, not shot clone, multi shot clone. And what she did give her she did tell her the nine tails that was trapped inside of her, but she hoped she wasn't gonna be like that. But it's not Sakura in this one understood. She goes, "You didn't ask for it, right?" She goes, "Nope, I was only a baby, so I couldn't say nothing." And she goes, "So you're not a demon, you're my friend, and you said you're half and are on good terms." She goes, "Mm-hmm." And we talk, and we're willing to, give you some chakra so that way you're able to do the multi-shot clone jutsu, so that way you will have enough chakra to do it on your own. And she goes, "Oh, okay." And so they give her enough chakra to do about 50, of the multi-shot clone jutsu, 50 clones. And so that's how much she makes, and they all focus in on the basically the just meditating to get the chakra control. And so yeah, Naruto did help out Sasuke, and well, Naruto trains his shadow clones are still training back at the training ground that they had. Well, the real Naruto is exactly what he's doing always, training hard, getting better, stronger jutsu, also working on the power. So yeah, the Atomic Blast, he increased it to be where it can destroy a mountain, but he focused it on a small point on the tree, which still blows it. It basically makes it, go into two. So yeah. So after that, after a couple of, days training, Tazuna goes to the bridge, and Gado's there already. He goes, "Oh, well, if it isn't Zabuza Haku, I told you to kill those people, but instead you're working for them." He just keeps on talking. As Naruto just says, "Mom, can I?" She goes, "Mm-hmm, go ahead." As he just, starts basically breathing in, as then he just says in himself, nuclear, nuclear blue style, blue fireball, as he shoots out a fireball that's blue, very big and strong, which kills all God's men, making a little bit of a basic explosion happen after it went right through the last one. It exploded. No, it basically went down to small size, and does not fizzle away. As after that, they do rebuild the bridge in a couple of hours, because in order to mean like 150 shot clones, maybe multi shot clones, and then, well, they do stay in there for a couple of days just to get Tazuna's, get back the money with Tazuna, and they do. They named the Great Naruto Bridge, and they after getting all the money, they go back home to report back to the Hokage, and I need to go to sleep, everyone. It is 3:11 right now, and I'm starting to get tired. I'm sorry. I would have made this longer, but yeah. So, so basically, Deku Carnage, Deku Cremation, Deku Madara, Deku Hiei, Issei, Spider-Man, I forgot to mention that, and even the Sukuna one is getting, I'm making more parts of those. Alright everyone, I hope you guys will like this video or whatever. Bye everyone.